Hey everyone, welcome back in. This is Pharaoh with Total Understanding Tarot. I'm here with your weekend collective reading. This will be a general reading. I got some cool messages. Cool is not even a word. Magnificent messages. Let's tap in. Okay, and we're back. Thank you so much for joining us here. Once again, I am Pharaoh. This is Total Understanding Tarot. This is a general collective weekend reading, and if you would like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below, www.TotalUnderstandingTarot.com. Feel free to join us over on Instagram for our live tarot readings, very interactive. That's at Pharaoh's Rise over there. Okay, let's just tap right in. I'm really getting a major awakening for the collective. It's not only are you realizing your purpose, but you're realizing why. Some of y'all listen to the song by Coldplay, The Message. That's what came up when in meditation before the reading. That song is just and some of the lyrics are, my song is love unknown, and I've got to get that message home. And so you're realizing why you're here. You're realizing why you've gone through what you've gone through. You're realizing the divine timing of it all. Even when you see certain things as setbacks, you're putting the puzzle pieces together. And so this is major. And it was with the 10 of Cups. So this is abundantly more than you could have asked for or you could have dreamed. I also saw the Page of Cups with the 8 of Wands. So there is a message coming through, which initiated the energy of that song by Coldplay coming in. Definitely check that song out. This is something that you've been waiting for. This could be a internal revolutionary, like, awakening of your awareness, right? And very practically, it could be a 3D message that grants you a new opportunity, that initiates an interaction. This is something that you wanted. And it doesn't come by you overthinking it. It comes by you living your truth. It comes by you making a choice. Making a choice to be happy. Making a choice under any circumstances. I choose peace. I choose love. I choose higher vibration. I choose positivity. Even when that ego tries to come in and says, what's the point of doing that? It always ends up in the same place. What's the point of doing this? It's like, yeah, poverty consciousness is exiting your life because you are not lowering your standards. You are choosing to maintain a vibration, and anyone who comes in your atmosphere has to either meet you there or bring you higher. You're not lowering your vibration for anyone. You're not lowering your standards for anyone. You're not compromising your values for anyone under any circumstances, because you've gone through those initiations. You've gone through that hermit transition to where you've had to be comfortable with being alone, even if it was challenging for a period of time. It could have been years, months, years that you've gone through this transition. So that was to build your strength. That was to show you that, ultimately your partnership with the divine, that is a sacred bond. And then from there, we partner with other expressions of our divine nature, which are in the form of other people, situations, the creatures that roam the earth. Those are our secondary partnerships. But our first partnership is between us and the divine, which is us and our higher selves, us and the non-physical collective, right? So you had to really build that relationship first before you could usher in this new abundant relationship, even though it will bring you great joy, great pleasure. It was for your sake that you found strength within yourself so that you can never lose yourself again. Even with that terminology, that never, that's a bit tricky there, but hopefully you catch the vibe. It's so that you will always be at home with yourself. You will always be at peace. So everything you're attracted from here on out reflects the inner peace that you found within yourself. It reflects the overflowing abundance that you found, the balance, the stability within your own emotions, within your own mental capacity to perceive situations and people accurately. Regardless of your bias, regardless of the filter of your experiences, you're still able to step outside of yourself and say, okay, this is really what's happening. I know I feel this way, but I'm enlightened enough, aware, mindful enough to perceive what really is outside of how I'm temporarily feeling in the moment. And so that nugget alone is priceless, because that will help you in partnerships, that will help you in job situations, that will help you because our emotions are so overwhelming. They can be overwhelming if you haven't learned how to surf the tides, so to speak. So we ride these waves out here with the Two of Coins here. Yeah, you've really understood the value of balance, the value of the ebb and the flow. And you know that's how life is. You're going to have some smooth seas and you're going to get some rough waters, but you're an expert sailor now. You know how to navigate those waters, even when situations aren't panning out the way that you want. You know how to keep your vibration high. You know how to buckle down and basically keep your focus into go with the flow. You know when it's time to get those oars out and just row and use that manpower. But you also know when the seas get too tumultuous, pull those oars in and just ride that wave. So you're really understanding the nature of life, the beauty of the dark and the light, the beauty of the ups and the downs. And perhaps you are feeling as if experiencing darkness or experiencing anything other than what you wanted was you in a space of not creating what you needed for yourself. But all of that is part of the journey. We have the Page of Swords with Justice. So this is you moving into a space to where you realize the balance, right? This is a gift from the divine. You putting in the work on the 3D to create balance for yourself, to create structure, to create stability, helps the divine to bring in what it is, the clarity that you need, to bring in the first inklings, the first sparks of clarity, because you have stripped yourself of all the illusions of all what should be, what's supposed to be. Shout out to Capricorn season. As you know, these readings are timeless. As I'm doing this now, we're in Capricorn season. So you're really buckling down into the reality of what is. And that is very important. And we all know Capricorn represents the devil card here in the tarot. So you're being mindful of that balance, okay? You're focused on the 3D, focus on creating what it is that you want, focus on seeing things clearly. But you, through this journey, you've also realized being on one side of the scale is still out of balance. So you're finding the middle way, okay? Some of you guys are really studying Buddhism a lot, or that would be helpful for you to look into. Whatever your religion preference is that's totally up to you, and I'm not here to impose anything on you. I just say what comes through. So here is the Queen of Swords. Yeah, it is what it is. You're unapologetic in your truth. And that's one thing about, okay, Game of Thrones deck. You all know when I read from this, I give examples from the show. So there may be some spoilers. But for good or for bad, Cersei was confident in who she was. Now, we don't suggest that you find comfort in devil energy. We don't suggest that you find comfort in living in your lower nature. But we do suggest that you find comfort in being who you are and being okay with the person that you are. And so you making a decision, say, hey, this is what I am and this is who I am. And also on the flip side of that, this is what I want. Okay? This is what it takes to get what I want. Do I want to do the work to get to what I want? And you being real with yourself, because a lot of the times here, there's a certain level of success, of status that, we're taught to strive for. And when you really buckle down and do your research and plan out the steps of what it takes to get there, are you willing to do that work? If you're willing to do that work, then yes, you can have this. But if you're not willing to do that work, that is no more deception. There's no more illusion to saying, hey, I just don't want to do this, and I'm okay with that. And so make up your mind to be okay with the decisions that you're making on a day-to-day basis, because that is what you're choosing to be. That is the person that you're choosing to be. And Cersei, even with her relationship with Jaime and all of that, she accepted that's who she was. She accepted herself, and it's just a tricky situation because, if you watch the show, what it's about. But I feel like the higher message that the divine is trying to get through is accept yourself. When you accept yourself for who you are, there is nothing that can bring you down. There's no one that can bring you down when you accept yourself and you're willing to work on the things that you need to work on. But also you won't allow anyone to disrespect you or talk down to you because of who you are. On a higher vibrational plane, we're not really here for all that stuff that Cersei and Jaime was into. We're just not into that over here. But just for the purposes of this reading, when she decided to accept herself, that's when she could stop running away and stop hiding in the shadows. We have the Queen of Spears. Exactly. Queen of Spears doesn't hide for anyone. You can't hide your flame. Big Sag energy. Big fire energy. So this is you embodying your truth and living out loud. So I'm going to pull a card from the Shaman Oracle deck. We have the seer with the flow. Come on. What are we talking about here? You know what it is that you want. You know what it is that you want to go towards. And so when you have a vision, you're willing to make it happen. You understand that there's a process, because that it's a gift to be able to see, to be able to envision a reality that you can create. But within that vision, there's a natural flow of things. There's a point to where you're putting forth energy, to where you're building and building. And there's a point to where the divine, the universe has to come in and do their part. And that's when you pull the oars back into the boat and you just ride that current. So you're understanding the ebb and flow of life. You're understanding the ups and the downs. And those are terms that would suggest some sort of, depending on how you see it, it could have a negative connotation down and the downs of life, or like certain levels. But the point is that you're comfortable with yourself. You're comfortable in knowing that if I have a vision and I'm working towards it every day, and there's something that I'm giving of myself moment by moment towards this vision, towards this relationship, towards this new job venture, then it will come to pass. You're not forcing anything. You're being pliable. You're being bendable. If you're not willing to bend, then you'll break. Many people, I'm really feeling, are taught that being rigid and unmovable and stubborn. And, you know, there are times when you do hold your ground, but being too stubborn and too rigid, it causes you to break under extreme temperatures and extreme stress because you're not willing to go with the flow. You're not willing to compromise on certain things, not on your foundational beliefs and ways that will remove you from your divine nature, but there are some ways that you can give a little more, that you can give a little to get a little in a higher vibrational sense. So you're learning that, and that's a beautiful thing. We have the Six of Cups. Yeah, you're making peace with your past. You're making peace with the people who have betrayed you, and forgiveness. And that is what, okay, thank you. So it's like, with the forgiveness, you're holding on to not forgiving someone because it's like, if I forgive them, then that means they won. If I forgive them, that means that they're just going to keep doing this over and over. And it means that I've succumbed to the situation that they put me in. And it's like, that's the ego. That's that hyperactive ego. That's trying to keep you that's that devil energy. That's the lower vibrational side of this Capricorn energy. Okay, the high vibrational side of Capricorn energy is you make your own luck. You create your own life. You get down here, you do the work, you're disciplined, and you create it. The flip side of that is it's everyone else's fault. Is blame, like that narcissism, that those karmic ties. So you're finding the truth and releasing yourself by forgiving. And it doesn't mean you have to be best friends with someone again. It doesn't mean you have to initiate a relationship with someone. You just forgive the situation because you see the higher purpose of it. And whether it was unfair or not, you know that holding on to that is poisoning you. It's preventing you from receiving that space that this person or a situation once filled. By you not forgiving them, that space is still occupied. So the abundance and the blessings that you want to come in, there's nowhere for it to go. You have to release that so it can come in. And so that's what the collective is learning with the Lovers, is your choice. Gemini energy and the King of Spirits. So there's a counterpart here. We have the Queen of Spirits and we have the King of Spirits. You're coming into union with your inner masculine and feminine, and how that expresses within your being unapologetic within that. And sometimes it's like, oh, to be a woman is to be this way and to do this, and to be a man is to be this way. You're defining yourself for you. To be a woman is to be you, if you identify that way. To be a man is to be you. So how do you express yourself? So that's what being a woman or a man is, period. Okay? So I hope this reading was helpful. If you would like to get more information on your situation, to go deeper in depth with this reading, reach out via the description box below, www.TotalUnderstandingTarot.com. That is our official site. You could book a reading with us there, and we'll be happy to assist. If you got anything from this video, please like, share the video, and if you feel called to the community, subscribe. We would love to have you here. Feel free to reach out in the comments. Let me know what resonated with you, and honestly, what you would like to see more of. I'm open to ideas here, okay? And follow us over on Instagram. That's at Pharaohs Rise. Those will be our live tarot readings, very interactive, on the spot. And so it's a different vibe. So check us out over there at Pharaohs Rise. All right. Yeah, I hope you all have a beautiful weekend, making the most of this Saturn energy. Happy full moon in Cancer. I didn't say that in the beginning of the video, but I hope this full moon really makes you aware of your inner emotions and your connections to people based on your emotional state, and why you're connected to people, and why you're doing what you're doing based on your emotions. With the Three of Coins, why do you want to partner with certain people? What is your purpose? What is your true intention when approaching a situation or approaching a person? It's getting clear on that, you know, so you're no longer deceiving yourself. So you're not walking around manifesting by just automatic manifesting instead of intentional manifesting, instead of being mindful. You're aware that by putting your energy into certain people or situations, this outcome is going to be the result. Okay, so no more deception. The illusions are gone. And especially as we move into Aquarius season, I feel like something during Pisces season is really going to not only be, it's going to be the revelation made manifest during Pisces season for some of the collective, okay? And I would definitely like to hear from you guys then. But until then, so much love, so much light, many pentacles, all that jazz. Have a beautiful weekend. Namaste.